What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Dre back here. I'm in the car right now. I'm hitting a lower body lift today, and I'm gonna bring you guys throughout the entire thing. And it'll be mostly just raw footage because last time I posted a lift with music, the video got copyrighted. And I had to go through a big hassle, of editing the music out and stuff like that. So it'll be just raw footage. I'll have the mic here, so I'll walk you guys through it. I'll talk through it, and yeah, I'm still rehabbing my hamstring. For those that don't know, I popped it a while back. I think like 2 weeks ago now. I was doing Zercher Bulgarians with 3 plates, and at the bottom of my first rep, it popped. So today's lift is just, still working back towards that, that max threshold, pushing really heavy weight with the lower half, but it feels really good. I would say it's probably like 95% there. So very soon, it'll be wraps, and I'm gonna go for it again. And the mistake I made with it, guys, it's not that I wasn't strong enough. The weight felt pretty light, honestly. I was doing it at LA Fitness, and I had 3 plates on there. It felt really light, but I was just so, like, the morning of and even the night before, I wasn't able to rest. Like, I was so energetic and so ready. I was like visualizing it so much, I couldn't stop thinking about it because it's a pretty big lift. Like a 315 Zercher Bulgarian for reps is what I was going for. And I mean, I got to LA Fitness. I was with my boy George, and I just rushed my warm-up. Like, it was honestly bad. Like, I didn't even warm up. It was like 5 minutes of, some arm circles, like 2 leg warm-ups, and just BS the entire warm-up. And I thought I was indestructible, pretty much. And even George was telling me how, like, it's like, dude, you're rushing me. And I was like, man, come on. Well, it was also because there was someone at the squat rack. And I wanted to get there before, like, there's only one good squat rack at that LA Fitness, and I wanted to get there before someone took it. So I kind of BS'd the warm up and like try to get to the squat rack before someone was there. And I did that, and by the time I got there, like right as we were getting there, someone was on the squat rack. So I had to wait even longer. So I literally did like we got there, did like a 7-minute warm up, just complete BS, because I was so excited to get into it. And then by the time I walked over to the squat rack, we were in the yoga room doing the warm up. And by the time I walked over to the squat rack, there was somebody already there. So I had to wait even longer. And I was trying to do like a warm up, like Zercher Bulgarian's warm up, with like a plate and 2 plates on a different squat rack, and it just wasn't working because the safety bars, like, you couldn't remove them. It was just whack. So like that screwed it up even more. It was like I didn't warm up, and then I had to wait even longer to get into it. And then when I finally went into it, again, just rushed, like everything was just screwed up. It was like a domino effect. And then put on the 315, and at the bottom of that rep, like my hamstring popped. It actually popped. And I was pretty much at the bottom. It popped, and I was able to put it back up and like re-rack the weight. So the weight wasn't the issue. It was just like I just BS a warm up, rushed through it. And hey, but it's a learning process. I'm fine now. It could have been way worse. There was no bruising, no swelling, and did my job to take care of it with isometrics, eccentrics, heating it, and stuff like that. So we'll be back on track very soon. It's just about building back up, and I'm not going to make that mistake again, guys. The more weight you lift, the more you have to pay attention to the little things, like your warm up, your activation, your primer, because it's just so much more and more toll on your body and your joints and ligaments. So it's just something to be cautious about. About 5 minutes till we get to the gym. I'll see you guys there. So like I told y'all, it was gonna be just raw footage, no music, and I'll talk you guys throughout pretty much everything I'm doing. So starting on the bike, I usually do 10 to 12 minutes, just loosening out my lower half, especially on lower body lifts. loosening out that lower half, you know, getting my mind right for the lift, getting in a good, you know, kind of mind space. I didn't always use the bike to warm up, but recently I have. I think it's good. And you don't need to. Again, everyone's different. You know, you kind of need to do what your body likes, and everyone's different with, you know, in regards to getting in the proper mind space to start the lift. So yeah, just 10 to 12 minutes, you know, kind of thinking about what's going to happen in this lift. Some bad things. Yeah, I got some music here. Y'all can't hear it, but the audio quality is gonna be good for you guys with this mic. So yeah, I'll see you guys when we start the warm up. And you guys will notice that I have my hoodie and sweatpants on. And the reason I do this is, you know, one, it's more comfortable during the warm up. And I just like wearing sweatpants and a hoodie. And two, it makes it easier to get my body warm, right? Get that little tiny sweat going before I actually start to warm up. So here I'm doing some Spanish squats. So putting the band around my, you know, around the back of my knee. What this is gonna do is warm up the entire lower half and kind of take some of the load off of my legs. So I got the bands, you know, kind of pretty tight, honestly. And all we're gonna do is just squat down, breathe the entire time, hit depth, feel that stretch in the lower half, good little twist, feel the body out. And again, guys, there's no really like set rep ranges for these warm-ups. It's honestly, I just go until I feel like my body's ready, until, you know, I'm warm, I get that light sweat going. I feel like my lower half is ready to hit the workout. Go even lower and just chill here. But yeah, hamstring feels really good here. So I did 2 sets of those Spanish squats. What we have next is some leg swing variations. Just nice and easy, feeling that stretch. Going up the hamstring, going up the calf. Again, hit both sides always. You want to keep your body as balanced as possible. And there's 3 different variations with these. So that's the first one. The second one is here. And then the third one here. Getting the entire lower half ready. Getting the glute firing, you know, even up the lower back a little bit. This third variation is not really a stretch. It's more so just activation of the entire body as a whole, more specifically the lower half as a whole. Gets everything going, especially your glutes, like I said, your lower back. So we got Zercher squats today. So it's not just about warming up the lower half. We always want to warm up the entire body. And especially with Zercher squats, where a lot of the load is gonna be on my upper body because I'm holding the bar here, and gotta get the upper back and the upper body warm. So we'll hit some thoracic openers. Let's see. I'm gonna hit both variations of this one. So I'm gonna put my elbow down here. It's pretty much the same thing, just different way of doing it, but it's a little different, so it's targeting a little bit different muscles. Getting the upper back firing and ready. Next, what I'm going to do is kind of like a tabletop forearm stretch. Just leaning back and forth, really forcing the range of motion in your wrists and forearms. So there's this variation with your hands back. You can do hands forward. I'm not gonna lie, guys, my body feels nice. It feels really good. And I'm starting to get a little sweat right now. So I think we're closing on about like 10 minutes of warming up, so we're almost there. And then the last variation, side to side. A couple more things and we'll be good. We'll hit some adductor stretches. Feeling it right here, your groin, and your adductors. Yeah, hamstring feels really, really good. 2 weeks ago when I was doing this, 2 weeks ago I wasn't able to do this one, so really good progress. And then we'll hit some dynamic pigeons. This one is really good for stretching the ROM in your glutes. And you'll realize I'm not really doing any static stretching, or I'm not doing any static stretching at all. And the reason is because I'm not gonna be doing any static lifts. So why the heck would I do static stretching? I think it's just a bunch of BS. Static stretching is fine, in my opinion, you know, post lift to kind of like sink into that ROM, but before lifts, guys, like keep everything dynamic. Keep your body moving, keep your body flowing, keep everything working together as opposed to just isolating one specific, you know, muscle or area in your body. All right, moved on to, you know, just a little bit of arm circles. Again, I am doing lower half today, but again, everything is connected, and I'm gonna be using my upper quite a bit for the Zerchers, so I'm gonna get that nice and ready as well. And the last thing I'm gonna do here, hitting some pretty light pogo hops as kind of like a primer. Feels really good, honestly. Let's do 3 sets of that. And again, guys, like I didn't show up to the gym today planning on doing 3 sets of pogos, but over the years, I've kind of understood like what my body needs, what it doesn't need. And today, I'm doing 3 sets of pogos. So it's just constantly being aware of, you know, what works for you, what doesn't work, and running and sticking with what works. Let's move on to the second set here. Again, ankle stiffness with these. I have my hands on my hips so I can't use my arms to cheat. It's honestly just like feeling the stiffness in your ankles, and I mean bouncing up and down pretty much is pretty self-explanatory, and minimizing ground contact time. We want to practice that reactivity. And for this one too, like you'll see, if you rewatch that, on like the 3rd rep, I was kind of leaning forward. It's no bueno. You want to be kind of like staying stacked, the entire body straight in a straight line. Just like you're just like you're using a pogo stick. So I found myself, you know, kind of getting off balance for that 3rd rep, I think, and fixed it and became straight up again for those last reps, and it was really good. So. But you notice how I didn't like stop, right? I did a shitty rep. I didn't stop. I kept going, readjusted my body, became aware of what was working, what wasn't, and everything worked together again. So 3rd set here, 3rd and last set. Time for the lift. I don't know why, but I remove the safety bars when I'm Zercher squatting. Just don't need them. Warming up here, you can tell I still have my hoodie on and my sweatpants. It varies day to day, but today for the first couple sets, for the first set, I'll keep my hoodie and sweatpants on. For this one, just feeling it out, you know, getting lower, feeling out what the bar feels like today. Even like doing some of these, again, like it's not optimal, but for me it is. The hamstring feels really good. It might be your abs. I was thinking about only going up to 225 today, but we'll see. I feel pretty good, so I might push it a little bit. But again, still coming back from that hamstring pop, so not doing anything crazy. Like, do I want to load up 5 plates and try and see if I can do it? Yes. But is that the smartest thing to do? No. And I've already learned my lesson, so let's see how this 135 moves, and we'll go from there. Yeah, feels really good. Usually I'll just move up right to 2 plates, but again, still coming back from that injury, so gotta just add a 25 on and slowly build up. Yeah, body feels really good though, so that's good. And this is what happens now with these lifts is like, when I start lifting, I start to get a ridiculous burst of energy. It's honestly bad. It's something I can't control. And here's the thing, guys. When I'm at the gym and I start loading up some plates on a bar for a Zercher squat, and it starts to get a little bit heavier, something inside of me just turns on. And I can't help it. I can't help it. I get a ridiculous burst of energy. So let's see how this 225 feels today. Feels very light right now. Feels very light. Old me would have just loaded up 3 plates on this because I feel really good, but I am recovering from injury, so I can't do that, unfortunately. I really, really want to, but I can't do that. So let's just hit this for 2 more sets and call it a day with the Zerchers. And now I'm moving on to 3 sets of RDLs. I usually don't really use straps unless it's a heavy RDL, but I did a pretty big upper lift yesterday and my forearms are cooked. And I really want to prioritize, feeling it in the lower half, the glutes, the hamstrings, and I feel like straps makes it easier to do that. So I'll be using straps today. So let's see how this 135 moves. Feels really good. Feels very light. Yeah, that felt really good. We can move up to 225. Do I want to load up 5 plates in an RDL and do it? Yes. Do I think I can right now? Honestly, yes. But is that the smartest thing to do? No. So I'm gonna listen to my body. All right, let's see how this two plate RDL feels. Yeah, that's money right there. Moving on to hamstring curls, and I try to put the camera in an angle to where you're not only seeing my booty. So I'm sorry if that's the case, but probably gonna do 3 sets of this today, super light. Let's do 3 sets of 10 at 70. And I'll usually do eccentric hamstring curls where it's like you go up with both legs. You go up with both legs and then down with one. But that's a lot of load for one hamstring recovering from injury. So I'm doing just regular hamstring curls today and being stable, being balanced with the entire thing. So this machine's a little close to the mirror. So let's move it here. Balanced, nothing crazy. I'm looking at the weight here. So I can go all the way up and all the way down right before the stack hits the other stack of weights. Yeah, 2 more sets of that. We are now moving on to some calf raises and tibialis raises. I'm gonna superset them. So just warm up here, super light, feel at the bar. For these calf raises, I can go a little heavier just because my hamstrings are not really taking any load on these. Don't you just love the sound of plates? I bet y'all have never seen anyone do weighted tibialis raises. Just regular tibialis raises were starting to get a little too easy. And guys, I think everyone should be doing tib raises. I mean, they get your entire shin, your ankles, your feet just so strong. And I mean, that's your base, right? So why wouldn't you want to strengthen that? So I'm doing 3 sets of 6 with 15 pounds. And yeah, this isn't the best setup here, but I have nothing else. I need to figure something out, but we work with what we got. So I got 2 more sets of that, and I'll cut to when I'm doing my core work. So I got the ab wheel for my core today. Is it the most optimal core exercise? No. The reason I do it is because I hate it and it sucks. So I'm gonna do it. I got 3 sets of 8. I'm gonna do 2 more sets, but I highly doubt you guys wanna see me just do 2 more sets of ab rollers. So that's all I got for the video today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, kind of like a day in the life lift version of what I do on a lower body lift, coming back from a pretty mild hamstring injury. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what videos you guys wanna see next. Let's get it.